Good morning, everyone. This is the last topic of Lebesgue integral. So today I'm going to explain Lebesgue dominated convergence theorem. Lebesgue dominated convergence theorem says let G be an integrable function on E and let Fn be a sequence of measurable functions such that mod of Fn is less than equal to G on E, and the limit Fn where n going to infinity is f almost everywhere on E, means our Fn sequence is converging to f almost everywhere on E, then we can interchange the limit with the integral, right? So once again, see what this theorem says. This says, let's suppose we have a sequence of measurable function, and mod of this sequence means this sequence is bounded by an integrable function g. So this sequence is bounded basically by a function g, and given है the condition on g is that g should be integrable, right? Also our fn sequence is converging to f almost everywhere on E, so this is just like bounded convergence theorem. In case of bounded convergence theorem, we have a finite number over here m, but in Lebesgue dominating convergence theorem we have another function g which is integrable. So this sequence is bounded by an integrable function. So we cannot remove this condition, right? Then this theorem says we can interchange the limit with the integral. So now just see the proof. What is given to us? Given that we have a sequence of measurable function satisfying this inequality. Okay, and this is true for each n. So by previous results, we know that whenever f is less than equal to g and g is integrable, then f is also integrable, because the value of integral of f is less than equal to the integral of g, and since g is finite, integral of g is finite, so integral of f is also. So clearly each fn function is integrable over E. Moreover, given to us that this sequence is converging to f almost everywhere, so it means the limit function mod of f is also less than equal to g. Now why? Because each fn is less than equal to g, each mod of fn is less than equal to g, so mod of f is also less than equal to g. Again, by the same reason, mod of f is also integrable, because this is less than equal to g and g is integrable, so we get f is integrable over E. So now from the given hypothesis, what we are having now, we are having this sequence is integrable, this f is integrable, right? So we have to prove that we can interchange that with the limit. Now for this we define a new sequence Hn of functions by Fn plus g. Now clearly our Hn is non-negative, integrable. Now why it is integrable? Because this is integrable, this is integrable, and this is true for each n. So the sum of two integrable function is again integrable, so we get Hn is integrable, right? Next, second condition, Hn is non-negative. Now why Hn is non-negative? Either fn's are positive or fn's are negative. In each case, since given that mod of fn is less than equal to g, so this implies fn is less than equal to g, as well as minus of fn is less than equal to g. So in any case, our g is greater than the values of fn. So either it is positive or it is negative, g is always greater. So when you add some number which is less than g, it remains positive. Now why g is positive? Because g is greater than equal to some mod value. So clearly g is non-negative. Okay, since g is non-negative, fn's are less than equal to g. So clearly fn plus g or g minus fn, they are non-negative functions. So we now define a sequence Hn as fn plus g. So what we observe that first, Hns are non-negative. Secondly, they are integrable functions. Okay, and third, the limit of Hn is the limit of fn plus g, which is same as that the limit of fn plus g. And what is the limit of fn? It is f almost everywhere. So we get our Hn sequence is converging to f plus g almost everywhere. everywhere. So we can apply Fatou's lemma over here. So by Fatou's lemma, we get the integral of f plus g over e will be less than equals to the limit integral of fn plus g over e. Right? Now we know that the sum of two integrable function we can write down as the integral of the first plus integral of second. The same way here. And our g is independent of n, so we can take it outside from the limit. And also what is given to us, that g is integrable function means the integral of g is finite. So we can cancel out both sides the value of integral of g because it is finite. Right? So we left with this inequality that integral of f over e is less than equal to the limit integral of fn over e. So this is our. Similarly, if we consider a sequence Kn as g minus fn, so what we observe that again Kn's are non-negative and they are integrable. Now why they are integrable? Because g is integrable, fn is integrable. The difference of two integrable functions are again integrable, and minus of fn is also less than equal to g, so g minus fn will be positive, right? So kns, they are non-negative, they are integrable, so again we can apply Fatou's lemma and we get the integral of g minus f over e will be less than equals to the limit integral of g minus fn over e. Again we can write this as integral of g over e minus integral of f over e, and also from this side the integral of g over e minus integral of f1 over e, and we take limit to be this side because g is independent of n. Again g is integrable, so the value of integral of g is finite, so we can cancel out it both sides. Right? So we get minus of integral of f over e will be less than equal to the limit integral of minus of fn's. Okay, so when we cancel out minus to both sides, inequality will change. So we get rather getting less than equal to, we will get greater than equality, right? So this is our second inequality. So now from 1 and 2 we get these two are equal, and this thing we have to show that whenever we have a sequence of integrable functions converging to a function almost everywhere, then we can interchange the limit with the integral. So this is Lebesgue dominated convergence theorem. So next is the corollary that says if we have a sequence of integrable functions and the series converging almost everywhere on E, G is any other function which is integrable on E, and satisfying this inequality that the nth partial sum of this series is less than equal to G, then this series is integrable. Moreover, we can interchange the integral with the summation. Right? We have to apply the previous theorem. This is just the corollary of Lebesgue dominated convergence theorem. Now in this case, our fn's is nothing but the nth partial sum of this series. Right? Clearly, each ui is integrable implies this sum is integrable. Right? These sums are converging, so we get this sequence fn is converging to f almost everywhere. So we can apply the previous theorem and the results hold. So you can do it by yourself just by substituting the nth partial sum of ui to be fn and apply the previous theorem, you will get this result. One more corollary, this says whenever f is integrable over E and EI is a sequence of disjoint measurable sets such that the union of all these EI is nothing but E, then the integral of f over E is same as that summation of integral of f over EI. Right? So this is just by the property also, since this sequence is disjoint sequence of measurable sets and our f is integrable over E. Okay, So we can write this integral of f over e as summation of f over characteristic function of our ei. Now you apply the integral to both sides, and the integral of characteristic function over ei will be replaced with integral over ei. Okay, so integral of f over e. So this is just by the properties. This is d property, which we have already done in the previous video. So with this, the unit third Lebesgue integral, this is completed. Thanks.